Caulifla and Goku's ki explodes as they fly upwards, crashing over and over again. This was their first battle since the Raditz attack, but Goku felt something touch his shoulder, springing his head back. He was now in a new place. It was a Capsule Corp ship, using the Namekian ship as a base. It was bigger and implemented a gravity chamber. Goku and Caulifla had been image training for some time. Their mission came in the form of gathering the Namekian Dragon Balls. Caulifla was the ship operator, thus Bulma was left back on Earth, though she insisted on coming. They thought it was better for her to stay. Krillin, Gohan, and Goku were the ones to go. The plan is to stop Vegeta from getting his wish, as well as to revive their friends. They could have waited a whole year to revive them. After all, Kami is still alive, but decided to kill two birds with one stone. Goku turns to see who tapped him. It was Gohan, wearing his turtle crane uniform. He smiled brightly at his father. Caulifla had been quiet the whole trip, so it took Goku by surprise when Caulifla grabbed his arm and said that they needed to continue their battle. She had been on edge since Tenshinhan's death. Things were still very strange around them. He did love her as his own family, even if they had just found out that they were siblings. They soon arrived on Namek, where things took a turn for the worse. Not only did they feel the ki of Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, but also a new adversary. Caulifla never got to meet him, but she did sense him while with the Saiyans. That must be Frieza. The Z-Fighters decided to head towards the gathering Dragon Balls. Frieza was there. They needed to be careful. Once they arrived, they watched as the Elder and the kids were dragged out of their house in order to be interrogated about the location of the Dragon Ball. It took everything within them not to intervene at first, but once Dodoria grabbed Murray in order to break his neck, Goku and Caulifla knew they had to spring into action. Caulifla landed a clean punch across Dodoria's face. Right before he could kill Murray, Goku landed in front of Zarbon in a defensive form. He then yelled Krillin and Gohan's name, giving them a signal to take the kids and the Elder away. The two reacted quickly, grabbing Dende, Murray, and Cargo. Frieza instantly yelled at Zarbon to not let them get away. The alien was going to blast them off the sky, but Goku grabbed Zarbon's hand and pushed him back into Frieza. Their training had paid off. Frieza pushed Zarbon off of him and smirked. He recognized them as Saiyans, so he had missed a few, huh? Perhaps he was too kind to Vegeta and the rest. Dodoria approached rapidly, and Zarbon took slow steps towards them. Even if they could win, they were outnumbered. Caulifla nodded at Goku. They stood back to back and yelled out, "Solar Flare!" Frieza and his men were blinded, only the sound of the Saiyans taking off ringing in their ears. They were gone. To top things off, the 3 Dragon Balls that Frieza and his men had were also missing. Frieza was furious. He ordered Dodoria to look for them, while Zarbon looked for the village's Dragon Ball. No matter how hard they looked, they couldn't find those Saiyans without their scouters. In the meantime, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa approached a small village. Without warning, they killed everyone there. Though Nappa did notice something, Raditz hesitated to do it. Nappa called him out on it, calling him a weakling. Vegeta turned around to tell him to shut up. This surprised Nappa, asking why they should keep Raditz around. Slowly, Vegeta turned his head. He said, "Did you forget that you knocked me out on Earth? If he goes, you go twice as hard." That quieted down Nappa. Though anger brewed within him, the team collected the Dragon Balls and headed towards Frieza's ship. They could now sense ki, something that Vegeta picked up easily. The other two had much more trouble, with Nappa keeping his scouter just in case. It seemed like whatever the key spike was, it had driven Frieza away. It could mean they could get the Dragon Balls from him. Goku, Caulifla, and the rest hid inside of a cave. They sensed the ki of Dodoria looking for them. They knew they could take him on, but they needed to be careful. That is when Murray, the elder of the village, spoke up. He explained that those men could only locate people with their scouters. He destroyed them, so they could get a jump on them, without alerting Frieza. Goku and Caulifla nodded at each other. The siblings jumped out of the cave, firing a twin blast that whiffed by Dodoria's head. The alien jumped in surprise, and rushed in for an attack. He commented on how much he loved to take down Saiyans from back in the day, so this felt nostalgic to him. But he was surprised to find that the two could easily handle him. Caulifla mocked him, while Goku asked if that was really all he had. It came to the point where Dodoria gave up and begged for his life, telling them it was Frieza who had killed the Saiyans. Goku turned around to walk away, knowing that the enemy was defeated, but Caulifla looked at him in the eyes, blasting him away. Goku's head snapped back, yelling at her. He was defenseless. Caulifla shot back up, telling him that the Saiyans were killed by these people, their parents, children, families. Goku pointed his finger at her, angrily saying that he didn't care about the Saiyans. They were evil as far as he was concerned. That was no excuse to kill someone defenseless. Him and Caulifla were Earthlings. Caulifla spun her heel, looking towards the distance. She said that Goku didn't see what she saw. She spent nearly a whole year with the Saiyans, and she realized how much they had lost. Yes, the ones they met were horrible, but it was still a whole world of people killed, an extermination of a whole race. Caulifla looked over her shoulder at Gohan, saying, "We are Earthlings, but I still have compassion for where we came from." Caulifla burst her aura open and rushed away, even though Goku tried to stop her. He wondered where she was going, but Gohan said that he knew. She was going to hunt down Frieza and the other man that was with him. Goku hoped she'd be okay, but they didn't have time to worry. They needed to find the other Dragon Balls. They knew two were with Frieza, one near a village, and one in the Grand Elder's place, according to Murray.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the video, and if you like the stuff I do, there's a way you can support the channel. By clicking the membership button, you will be able to see various tiers. Each one of them has some rewards. My personal favorite ones are the Super Saiyan hair badges that adorn your name in comments and live streams on my channel. The longer you stay a member, the larger the power up. So if you like the stuff I do and feel like supporting me in some way, be sure to check out the membership. Anyways, back to the show.
Back to our show.
When Caulifla finds the location of Zarbon's key, she realizes something. He was dying. Who out there was powerful enough to defeat him too? There was only one answer. She arrived at the site, looking over behind a rock. She watched as Vegeta burst a hole through Zarbon. Her eyes widened when she realized that they all turned to look at her. They had sensed her key. Vegeta told her to come out. There was no use in hiding. Raditz perked up when he saw his sister, glad to see that she was okay. Though he hid it well. Nappa yelled that he had warned her about showing her face again. Now it was time to die. Vegeta put a hand out to stop Nappa from walking any closer. He said that it was a real shame that she had betrayed them. She was a remarkable fighter, especially for a low-class Saiyan, but he would never forgive her, especially now that he was a Super Saiyan. Caulifla got in a defensive position, but Vegeta appeared right in front of her, slamming his knee against her chest. She was brought to her knees. Vegeta was simply going to leave her there, but Nappa made sure to strike one more blow, knocking her out. Raditz told Vegeta and Nappa to go ahead of him. He was going to finish off the job. Vegeta and Nappa both looked at each other, doubting it. Part of Nappa truly didn't want Caulifla to die, and Vegeta saw her as a great challenge. So they left it up to Raditz. It was his judgment if she would live or die. As the two Saiyans flew away, Raditz talked to himself above Caulifla, saying that he wished it could have been another way, but he couldn't kill her, not anymore. Blasted by her head, creating a crater, and placed her within it. If everybody else thought she was dead, at the very least, she was safe. Caulifla was left there alone until someone woke her up. Once her vision cleared, she saw 5 sets of eyes staring down at her, asking what she was doing laying on the ground. Caulifla jumped to her feet, guard up. They introduced themselves as the Ginyu Force. They found her laying there alone. They had just gotten new scouts to Frieza, and were about to look for the Dragon Balls. They didn't have time to help, but pointed out the fact that they were really close to Frieza's ship, where she could get healed up. Awkwardly, Caulifla thanked them, realizing that they must have thought she was one of them because of her armor. But this was a good chance to sneak on board the ship and take whatever Dragon Balls she could find there. She couldn't sense Frieza's key. In the meantime, while Caulifla was out cold, Goku and the others got the Dragon Ball from the Grand Elder, who unlocked Goku, Krillin, and Gohan's potential. Goku and Nail talked for a while, telling him that he reminded him a lot of Kami for some reason. Nail had no idea what he was talking about. That's when an incredible key was felt. It was Frieza. Goku wanted to stay behind and help, but Nail insisted on Goku and the others escaping while he protected the Elder. Goku wished him luck and took everyone over to the cave, but once they arrived to get the Dragon Balls, someone zoomed past them and grabbed them. It was Birder, saying that the man had weird hair, like the girl they had just found. Goku stood up, angry, asking what they had done to Caulifla. They had no idea what he was talking about, but the soldier they found was probably healing in the ship. Not that it mattered, since Goku and the rest were already dead. Ginyu grabbed the rest of the Dragon Balls and began to fly out, but Goku wasn't about to let that happen. He zooms past Birder and the others, getting in the way of Ginyu, and pushing his palm against Ginyu's jaw, sending him flying back. Dende had already healed all of them, giving them a little boost. Goku tells Gohan and Krillin to take care of the Namekians. He would battle these guys. Back at the ship, Caulifla ran through it, searching for the Dragon Balls. She didn't have the radar, so it took her a while. Some people tried to stop her, but she pushed through. Finally, she found the 2 Dragon Balls sitting in Frieza's chamber. This was a nice ship. She wanted to take it, but that was for later. First, she needed to find Vegeta and get the Dragon Ball from him. She concentrated, finding his key. It was very close to Goku's. He seemed to be in the middle of a battle. She had to hurry. Caulifla feared for the worst. It seemed like the people who had woken her up were stronger than she realized. She just hoped that she could get there in time, because if what she felt was right, Goku's key wasn't in the right place. But that's for next time on Dragon Ball Z. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm excited that we're finally in Dragon Ball Z proper. We're starting the Frieza saga, and next episode will be a special one. I think you guys know what's coming up. Caulifla has many new challenges to face in the future. This is just the beginning. And as usual, with this series in specific, the next part will be uploaded on Saturday. So you don't have to wait too long to see the conclusion of the Frieza saga. Let me know in the comments down below any thoughts, ideas, hopes, and dreams about this Caulifla. Also, with the recent news about the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, let me know in the comments what you think will happen in the movie, what do you want, stuff like that. I may make a video about it. As always, thank you to Professor Chimp for helping me out with some of the stuff about this story. I almost made a few mistakes along the way that he caught, and the video is much better because of it. Shout out to the Super Saiyan God and the Super Saiyan Legend members of the channel. Phil J, Akir, Eric Dragon, Neo Whitcomb, Sacred Saiyan, Pizza Hut Kitman, Orlando Castellano, Hannah Rowan, Sith Lord, Sir Justice, Midnight Combatant, The Real Samuel Randall, and Zachary Croy. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. And the day this is uploaded, for the Super Saiyan God members, I will be sharing a couple of scripts that you receive as part of your membership, just to see a little behind the scenes of how I end up making these videos. I am thinking about adding another tier where we could have one-on-one calls, or maybe even group calls, and discuss stories, just Dragon Ball in general, stuff like that. I think it could be fun, but you guys let me know. Anyways guys, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Smugstick, unless you want to be destroyed.
Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.